In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, let us begin our session with prayer position. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Ameen. In the most holy name of Allah, the Beneficent and Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I bear witness that Allah appeared to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and that he raised the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, his messenger Messiah, and that they gave us the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan, our divine guide, reminder, warner, and comforter. We are on day 23, and our reading this morning begins at part 23 in chapter 36, Yasin, ayat 22. That's part 23, chapter 36, verse 22. Go ahead, Sister Maria.
In the name of Allah, and what reason have I that I should not serve him who created me and to whom you will be brought back? Shall I take besides him gods whose intercession, if the beneficent should desire to afflict me with harm, will avail me not, nor can they deliver me? Can they deliver me? Then I shall surely be in clear error. Surely I believe in your Lord, so hear me. It was said, enter the garden. He said, would that my people knew? Oh, my Lord has forgiven me and made me of the honored ones. And we sent not down upon his people, after him any host from heaven, nor do we ever send. It was not but a single cry, and lo, they were still. Alas, for the servants, never does a messenger come to them, but they mock him. See they not how many generations we destroyed before them, that they return not to them? And surely all will be brought before us.
Section 3, signs of the truth. And a sign to them is the dead earth. We give life to it and bring forth from it grain, so they eat of it. And we made therein gardens of date palms and grapes, and we make springs to flow forth therein, that they may eat of the fruit thereof, and their hands made it not. Will they not then give thanks? Glory be to him who created peers of all things, of what the earth grows, and of their kind, and of what they know not. And a sign to them is the night. We draw forth from it the day. Then lo, they are in darkness, and the sun moves on to its destination. That is the ordinance of the mighty, the Noah, and the moon we have ordained for its stages, till it becomes again as an old dry palm branch. Neither is it for the sun to overtake the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day, and all float on in an orbit. And a sign to them is that we bear their offspring in the laden ship, and we have created for them the like thereof, whereon they ride. And if we please, we may drown them, then there is no succor for them, nor can they be rescued. But by mercy from us, and for enjoyment till a time. And when it is said to them, guard against that which is before you, and that which is behind you, that mercy may be shown to you. And there comes to them no message of the messages of their Lord, but they turn away from it. And when it is said to them, spend out of that which Allah has given you, those who disbelieve say to those who believe, shall we feed him whom, if Allah please, he could feed? You are in naught but clear error. And they say, when will this promise come to pass, if you are truthful? They await but a single cry, which will overtake them while they contend. So they will not be able to make a bequest, nor will they return to their families. Your mic is muted.
Thank you, sir. Section 4. The trumpet shall be sounded when, behold, from the sepulchre, men will rush forth to their Lord. They will say, ah, woe to us, who hath raised us up from our beds of repose. A voice will say, this is what Allah most gracious had promised, and true was the word of the messengers. It will be no more than a single blast, when lo, they will all be brought up before us. Then, on that day, not a soul will be wronged in the least, and ye shall but be repaid the meeds of your deeds. Verily, the companions of the garden shall that day have joy in all that they do. They and their associates will be groves of cool shades, reclining on thrones of dignity. Every fruit enjoyment will be there for them. They shall have whatever they call for. Peace. A word of salutation from a Lord most merciful. And O ye in sin, get ye apart this day. Did I not enjoin on you, O ye children of Adam, that ye should not worship Satan, for that he is to you an avowed enemy, and that ye should worship me, for that this was the straight way? But he did lead astray a great multitude of you. Did ye not then understand? This is the hell of which ye were repeatedly warned. Embrace ye the fire this day, for that ye persistently rejected truth. That day shall we set a seal on their mouths, but their hands will speak to us, and their feet bear witness to all that they did. If it had been our will, we could surely have blotted out their eyes, and then should they have run about groping for the path. But how could they have seen? And if it had been our will, we could have transformed them to remain in their places. Then should they have been unable to move about, nor could they have returned after error.
Section 5, the resurrection. And whomsoever we cause to live long, we reduce to an abject state in creation. Do they not understand? And we have not taught him poetry, nor is it meet for him. This is not but a reminder and a plain Quran, to warn him who would have life, and that the word may prove true against the disbelievers. See they not that we have created cattle for them out of what our hands have wrought, so they are their masters, and we have subjected them to them. So some of them they ride, and some they eat, and therein they have advantages and drinks. Will they not then give thanks? And they take gods besides Allah, that they may be helped. They are not able to help them. And they are a host brought up before them. So let not their speech grieve thee. Surely we know what they do in secret and what they do openly. Does not man see that we have created him from the small life germ? Then lo, he is an open disputant. And he strikes out a likeness for us and forgets his own creation. Says he, who will give life to the bones when they are rotten? Say, he will give life to them who brought them into existence at first, and he is knower of all creation, who produced fire for you out of the green tree, so that with it you kindle. Is not he who created the heavens and the earth able to create the like of them? Yea, and he is the creator of all the knower. His command, when he intends anything, is only to say to it, be, and it is. So glory be to him, in whose hand is the kingdom of all things, and to him you will be returned.
Chapter 37, those raging in ranks. Section 1, unity will prevail. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, by those raging in ranks, and those who restrain holding in restraint, and those who recite the reminder, surely your God is one, the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and what is between them, and the Lord of the eastern lands. Surely we have adorned the lower heaven with adornment, the stars, and there is a safeguard against every rebellious devil. They cannot listen to the exalted assembly, and they are reproached from every side, driven off, and for them is a perpetual chastisement, except him who snatches away but once. Then there follows him a brightly shining flame, So ask them whether they are stronger in creation or those others whom we have created. Surely we created them of firm clay. Nay, thou wonderest while they mock, and when they are reminded, they mind not. And when they see a sign, off, they seek to scoff and say, this is nothing but clear enchantment. When we are dead and have become dust and bones, shall we then be raised? Our are our fathers of yore? Say, yea, and you will be humiliated. So it will be but one cry, when lo, they will see, and they will say, oh, woe to us, this is the day of requital. This is the day of judgment, which you called a lie.
Section 2, the judgment. Gather together those who did wrong and their associates and what they worshipped besides Allah. Then lead them to the way to hell and stop them, or they shall be questioned. What is the matter with you that you help not one another? Nay, on that day they will be submissive, and some of them will turn to others, mutually questioning, saying, surely you used to come to us from the right side. They will say, nay, you yourselves were not believers, and we had no authority over you, but you were an inordinate people. So the word of our Lord has proved true against us. We shall surely taste. We led you astray, for we ourselves were erring. So that day there will be sharers in the chastisement. Thus do we deal with the guilty. They indeed were arrogant when it was said to them, there is no God but Allah, and said, shall we give up our gods for a mad poet? Nay, he has brought the truth and verifies the messengers. Surely you will taste the painful chastisement, and you are requited not but for what you did, save the servants of Allah, the purified ones. For them is a known sustenance, fruits, and they are honored in gardens of delight and thrones facing each other. A bowl of running water will be made to go round them. Why delicious to those who drink. It deprives not of reason, nor are they exhausted therewith. And with them are those modest in gaze, having beautiful eyes, as if they were eggs carefully protected. Then some of them will turn to others, questioning mutually. A speaker of them will say, surely I had a comrade who said, art thou indeed of those who accept? When we are dead and have become dust and bones, shall we then be requited? He will say, will you look? Then he looked down and saw him in the midst of hell. He will say, by Allah, thou hast almost caused me to perish. And had it not been for favor of my Lord, I should have been among those brought up. Are we not to die except our previous death? And are we not to be chastised? Surely this is the mighty achievement. For the like of this, then let the workers work. Is this the better entertainment or the tree of Zakum? Surely we have made it a trial for the wrongdoers, and it is a tree that grows in the bottom of hell. It produce its produce is as it were the edge of serpent. Then truly they will eat of it and fill their bellies with it. Then surely they shall have after it a drink of boiling water. Then their return is surely to the flaming fire. They indeed found their fathers astray. So in their footsteps they are hastening on. And most of the ancients surely went astray before them. And indeed we sent among them warners. Then see what was the end of those warned, except the servants of Allah, the purified ones.
Section 3, Noah and Abraham. And Noah certainly called upon us, and excellent answers of prayers are we. And we delivered him and his people from the great distress, and made his offspring the survivors, and left for him praise among the later generations. Peace be to Noah among the nations. Thus indeed do we reward the doers of good. Surely he was of our believing servants. Then we drowned the others, and surely of his party was Abraham, when we came to his Lord with a secure heart. Then he said to his Sarah and his people, what is it that you worship? A lie. Gods beside Allah, do you desire? What is then your idea about the Lord of the worlds? Then he glanced a glance at the stars and said, surely I am sick of your deities. So they turned their backs on him, going away. Then he turned to their gods and said, do you not eat? What is the matter with you that you speak not? So he turned upon them, smiting with the right hand. Then they came to him, hastening. He said, do you worship that which you hew out? And Allah has created you and what you make? They said, build for him a building, then cast him into the flaming fire. And they designed a plan against him, but we brought them low. And he said, surely I flee to my Lord. He will guide me. My Lord, grant me a door of good deeds. So we gave him the good news of a forbearing son. Then when he became of age to work with him, he said, O my son, I have seen in a dream that I should sacrifice thee. So consider what thou seest. He said, O my father, do as thou art commanded. If Allah please, thou wilt find me patient. So when they both submitted, and he had thrown him down upon his forehead, and we called out to him, saying, O Abraham, thou hast indeed fulfilled the vision. Thus do we reward the doers of good. Surely this is a manifest trial. And we ransomed him with a great sacrifice. And we granted him among the later generations the salutation. Peace be to Abraham. Thus do we reward the doers of good. Surely he was one of our believing servants, and we gave him the good news of Isaac, a prophet, a righteous one. And we blessed him and Isaac, and of their offspring, some are doers of good, but some are clearly unjust to themselves.
Section 4. Moses, Aaron, Elias, and Lot. Certainly, we confer a favor on Moses and Aaron, and we delivered them and their people from the mighty distress. And we helped them, so they were the vanquishers. And we gave them both the clear book. And we guided them on the right way, and we granted them among the latter generations salutation. Peace be to Moses and Aaron. Thus do we reward doers of good. Surely they were both of our believing servants, and Elias was surely of those sent. When he said to his people, will you not guard against evil? Do you call upon Baal and forsake the best of the creators? Allah, your Lord, and the Lord of your fathers of yore. But they rejected him, so they shall be brought up, but not the servants of Allah, the purified ones. And he granted him among the latter generations the salutation, peace be to Elias. Even thus, we reward the doers of good. Surely he was one of our believing servants, and Lot was surely of those sent. When we delivered him and his people, all except an old woman among those who remained behind. Then we destroyed the others, and surely you pass by them in the morning, and at night, do you not then understand?
Section 5, Jonah and the prophets' triumph. And Jonah was surely of those sent when he fled to the laden ship. So he shared with others but was of those cast away. So the fish took him into its mouth while he was blamable. But had he not been of those who glorify us, he would have tarried in its belly till the day when they are raised. Then we cast him on the naked shore while he was sick, and we caused a gourd to grow up for him, and we sent him to 100,000 or more. And they believed, so we gave them provision till a time. Now ask them whether thy Lord has daughters and they have sons. Or did we create the angels females while they witnessed? No, surely it is of their own lie that they say, Allah has begotten. And truly they are liars. Has he preferred daughters to sons? What is the matter with you? How you judge? While you then not then mind? Or have you a clear authority? Then bring your book if you are truthful. And they assert a relationship between him and the jinn. And certainly the jinn know that they will be brought up for judgment. Glory be to Allah from what they describe. But not so the servants of Allah, the purified ones. So surely you and that which you serve, not against him, can you cause any to fall into trial, save him who will burn in the flaming fire. And there is none of us but has an assigned place. And verily we are ranged in ranks, and we truly glorify him. And surely they used to say, had we a reminder from those of yore, we would have been sincere servants of Allah. But now they disbelieve in it, so they will come to know. And certainly our word has already gone forth to our servants, to those sent, that surely they will be helped, and our host, surely they will be triumphant. So turn away from them till a time and watch them, they too will see. Would they hasten on our chastisement? So when it descends in their court, evil will be the mourning of the warned ones, and to turn away from them till a time and watch, for they too will see. Glory be to thy Lord, the Lord of might, above what they describe. And peace be to those sent, and praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
Surah 38, saying, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, saying, by the Quran, full of admonition, this is the truth. But the unbelievers are steeped in self-glory and separatism. How many generations before them did we destroy? In the end, they cried for mercy when there was no longer time for being saved. So they wonder that a warner has come to them from among themselves. And the unbelievers say, this is a sorcerer telling lies. He has made the gods all into one God. Truly, this is a wonderful thing. And the leaders among them go away impatiently saying, walk ye away and remain constant to your gods, for this is truly a thing designed against you. We never heard the like of this among the people of these latter days. This is nothing but a made-up tale. What? Has the message been sent to him of all persons among us? But they are in doubt concerning my own message. Nay, they have not yet tasted my punishment. Or have they the treasures of the mercy of thy Lord, the exalted in power, the grantor of bounties without measure? Or have they the dominion of the heavens and the earth and all between? If so, let them mount up with the ropes and means to reach that end. But there will be put to flight even a host of confederates. Before them were many who rejected messengers, the people of Noah, and Ad, and Pharaoh, the lord of stakes, and Thamud, and the people of Lot, and the companions of the wood. Such were the confederates. Not one of them but rejected the messengers. But my punishment came justly and inevitably on them.
Section 2, David's enemies. And these wait but for one cry, wherein there is no delay. And they say, O Lord, hasten on for us our portion before the day of reckoning. Bear patiently what they say, and remember our servant David, the possessor of power. He ever turned to Allah. Truly we made the mountains subject to him, glorifying Allah at nightfall and the sunrise, and the birds gathered together. All were obedient to him. And we strengthened his kingdom, and we gave him wisdom and a clear judgment. And as the story of the adversaries come to thee, when they made an entry into the private chamber by climbing the wall, when they came upon David, so he was afraid of them, they said, fear not, two litigants, of whom one has wronged the other. So decide between us with justice, and act not unjustly, and give us the right way. This is my brother. He has 99 ewes, and I have a single ewe. Then he said, make it over to me, and he has prevailed against me in dispute. He said, surely he has wronged thee in demanding thy ewe to add to his own ewes, and surely many partners wronged one another, save those who believe and do good, and very few are they. And David knew that we had tried him, so he asked his Lord for protection, and he fell down bowing and turned to God. So we gave him this protection, and he had a nearness to us and an excellent result. O David, surely we have made thee a ruler in the land. So judge between men justly, and follow not desire, lest it lead thee astray from the path of Allah. Those who go astray from the path of Allah, for them is surely a severe chastisement, because they forgot the day of reckoning.
Section 3. Solomon and his enemies. And we created not the heaven and the earth and what is between them in vain. That is the opinion of those who disbelieve. So woe to those who disbelieve on account of the fire. Shall we treat those who believe and do good like the mischief makers in the earth? Or shall we make the dutiful like the wicked? This is a book that we have revealed to thee, abounding in good, that they may ponder over its verses, and that the men of understanding may mind. And we gave to David Solomon, most excellent the servant. Surely he ever turned to Allah. When all-bred swift horses were brought to him at evening. So he said, I love the good things on account of the remembrance of my Lord, until they were hidden behind the veil. He said, bring them back to me. So he began to stroke their legs and necks. And we tried Solomon, and we put on his throne a mere body. So he turned to Allah. He said, my Lord, forgive me and grant me a kingdom which is not fit for anyone after me. Surely thou art the great giver. So we made the wind subservient to him. It made his command to run gently wherever he desired. And the devils, every builder and diver, and others fettered in chains. This is our free gift, to give freely or withhold, without reckoning. And surely he had a nearness to us and an excellent resort.
Section 4, Job, triumph of the righteousness. And remember our servant Job, when he cried to his Lord, the devil has afflicted me with toil and torment. Urge with thy foot. Here is a cool washing place and a drink. And we gave him his people and the like of them with them, a mercy from us, and a reminder for men of understanding. And take in thy hand few worldly goods, and earn goodness therewith, and incline not to falsehood. Surely we found him patient, most excellent the servant. Surely he ever turned to us. And remember our servants Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, men of power and insight. We indeed purified them by a pure quality, the keeping in mind of the final abode. And surely they were with us, of the elect, the best. And remember Ishmael and Elisha and Dul el Kifel, and they were all of the best. This is a reminder, and surely there's an excellent resort for the dutiful. Gardens of perpetuity, the doors are opened for them, reclining therein, calling therein for many fruits and drink. and with them are those modest in gaze, equals in age. This is what you are promised for the day of reckoning. Surely this is our sustenance. It will never come to an end. This is for the good, and surely there is an evil resort for the inordinate. Hell, they will enter it. So evil is the resting place. This, so let them taste it, boiling and intensely cold drink, and other similar punishment of various sorts. This is an army rushing headlong with you. No welcome for them. Surely they will burn in fire. They say, nay, you, no welcome to you. You prepared it for us, so evil is the resting place. They say, O Lord, whoever prepared it for us, give him more, a double punishment in the fire. And they say, what is the matter with us? We see not men whom we used to count among the vicious. Did we only take them in scorn, or do our eyes miss them? That surely is the truth, the contending one with another of the inmates of the fire.
Section 5. Opposition to the prophets. Say, I am only a warner, and there is no God but Allah, the one, the subduer of all, the Lord of the heavens and the earth, and that is between them, the mighty, the forgiving. Say, it is a message of importance, from which you turned away. I have no knowledge of the exalted chiefs when they contend. Only this is revealed to me, that I am a plain warner. When thy Lord said to the angel, surely I'm going to create a mortal from dust. So when I have made him complete and breathe into him of my spirit, fall down, submitting to him. And the angels submitted, all of them, but not Iblis. He was proud and he was one of the disbelievers. He said, O Iblis, what prevented thee from submitting to him whom I have created with both my hands? Art thou proud, or art thou of the exalted ones? He said, I am better than he. Thou hast created me of fire, and him thou didst create of dust. He said, go forth from hence. Surely thou art driven away, and surely my curse is on thee to the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, respite me to the day that they are raised. He said, surely thou art of the respited ones, till the day of the time made known. He said, then by thy might I will surely lead them all astray, except thy servants from among them, the purified ones. He said, the truth is, and the truth I speak, that I shall fill hell with thee and with all those among them who followed thee. Say, I ask you no reward for it, nor am I of the impostors. It is not but a reminder to the nations, and certainly you will come to know about it after a time.
Chapter 39, the companies. Section 1, obedience to Allah. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. The revelation of the book is from Allah, the Mighty, the Wise. Surely we have revealed to thee the book with truth. So serve Allah, being sincere to Him in obedience. Now surely sincere obedience is due to Allah alone, and those who choose protectors besides Him say, we serve them only that they may bring us nearer to Allah. Surely Allah will judge between them in that in which they differ. Surely Allah guides not him who is a liar and ungrateful. If Allah desired to take a son to himself, He could have chosen those He pleased out of those whom He has created. Glory be to Him. He is Allah, the One, the subduer of all. He has created the heavens and the earth with truth. He makes the night cover the day and makes the day overtake the night. And He has made the sun and the moon subservient. Each one moves on to an assigned term. Nor surely He is the mighty, the forgiver. He created you from a single being, then made its mate of the same kind, and He sent down for you 8 of the cattle in pairs. He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, creation after creation, in triple darkness. That is Allah, your Lord. He is the kingdom. There is no God but He. How are you then turned away? If you are ungrateful, then surely Allah is above need of you, and He likes not ungratefulness in His servants. And if you are grateful, He likes it for you. And no bearer of a burden will bear another's burden. Then to your Lord is your return. Then will He inform you of what you did. Surely He is knower of what is in the breasts. And when distress afflicts a man, he calls upon his Lord, turning to Him. Then when He grants him a favor from Him, he forgets that for which he called upon Him before, and sets up rivals to Allah, that He may cause men to stray from His path. Say, enjoy thine ungratefulness for a little. Surely thou art of the companions of the fire. Is he who is obedient during hours of the night, prostrating himself and standing, taking care of the hereafter, and hoping for the mercy of his Lord? Say, are those who know and those who know not alike? Only men of understanding mind.
Section 2, Believers and Disbelievers. Say, O my servants who believe, keep your duty to your Lord. For those who do good in this world is good, and Allah's earth is spacious. Truly the steadfast will be paid their reward without measure. Say, I am commanded to serve Allah, being sincere to Him in obedience, and I am commanded to be the first of those who submit. Say, I fear if I disobey my Lord, the chastisement of a grievous day. Say, Allah I serve, being sincere to Him in my obedience. Serve then what you will beside Him. Say, the losers surely are those who lose themselves and their people on the day of resurrection. Now surely this is the manifest loss. They shall have coverings of fire above them and coverings beneath them. With that, Allah makes His servants to fear. So keep your duty to me, O my servants. And those who eschew the worship of the idols and turn to Allah, for them is good news. So give good news to my servants who listen to the word, then follow the best of it. Such are they whom Allah has guided, and such are the men of understanding. He against whom the sentence of chastisement is due, canst thou save him who is in the fire? But those who keep their duty to their Lord, for them are high places, above them higher places, built for them wherein rivers flow. It is the promise of Allah. Allah fails not in his promise. Seest thou not that Allah sends down water from the clouds, then makes it go down into the earth in springs, then brings forth therewith herbage of various hues, then it withers so that thou seest it turn yellow, then he makes it chaff. Surely there is a reminder in this for men of understanding.
Section 3, a perfect guidance. Is he whose breast Allah has opened to Islam so that he follows a light from his Lord? So woe to those whose hearts are hardened against the remembrance of Allah. Such are in clear error. Allah has revealed the best announcement, a book consistent, repeating its injunctions, whereat do shudder the skins of those who fear their Lord. Then their skins and their hearts soften to Allah's remembrance. This is Allah's guidance. He guides with it whom he pleases. And he whom Allah leaves in error, there is no guide for him. Is then he who has to guard himself with his own person against the evil chastisement of the resurrection day? And it will be said to the iniquitous, taste what you earned. Those before them denied, so the chastisement came to them from whence they perceived not. So Allah made them taste disgrace in this world's life, and certainly the chastisement of the hereafter is greater. Did they but know? And certainly we have set forth for men in this Quran similitudes of every sort that they may mind. An Arabic Quran without any crookedness, that they may guard against evil. Allah sets forth a parable, a man belonging to partners differing with one another, and a man devoted wholly to one man. Are the two alike in condition? Praise be to Allah. Nay, most of them know not. Surely thou wilt die, and they too will die. Then surely on the day of resurrection, you will contend one with another before your Lord.
Praise be to Allah. Praise be to Allah. So we have come to the reading for day 23. And we begin our fast for day 23. It is surely a blessing. We are in the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan. And it is a blessing when we can struggle, brothers and sisters, struggle against whatever the impediment is that comes upon us in life. Because the Holy Quran says Allah creates man to face difficulties. Think about that. Allah creates man to face difficulties. In the Holy Quran, it also says that after difficulty comes ease. Certainly after difficulty comes ease. In Surah 90, the city, ayat 10. Let me begin at ayat 10. It says, and pointed out to him the two conspicuous ways, but he attempts not the uphill road. And what will make thee comprehend what the uphill road is. It is to free a slave, or to feed in the day of hunger an orphan, nearly related, or the poor man lying in the dust. That is a task that we have been given by Allah. That is the uphill road. The uphill road is to free a slave. There are many slaves around today, dear brothers and sisters. The slavery today is worse than the slavery of yesterday. We see it when we go into the streets with the Final Call newspaper. When you are in physical bondage, you know that you are in bondage and you have to fight to get out of that kind of bondage. If it means that you have to sacrifice your life, you will sacrifice your life to get out of that kind of bondage. I think it was Sam Sharp who said he would rather die on yonder gallows than to stay in slavery, to remain a slave in chains. But our brothers and sisters today are willing slaves, ignorantly following the way of Shaitan, the same enemy that brought our fathers into physical bondage. He now has designed a chain for the brain. And all of us know, not all of us, I can't say all of us, because we who follow Islam and the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we struggle against that. Notice I didn't say Islam and left it there, because he has come into the straight path of Allah. So now he is in Islam. I've heard brothers say that white Arabs abuse black women going to Mecca to do Hajj. They have witnessed it in the airport, going to Mecca to do Hajj, and white Arabs are there mistreating. There is no love for the black man anywhere, not even where it is supposed to be. But when we come into the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then we know that our duty is to free our black brothers and the sisters who have been enslaved with the mentality of Caucasian people and this lifestyle that they have given us to follow, which is a lifestyle of deceit, a trick. Think about that. Our sisters walk the streets practically nude and love it. Isn't that bondage? It is bondage, because that is not the nature of the black woman. It is not the nature of the black woman to be lewd, to walk around without pride and decency and dignified. That's not her nature. I wasn't born but just a few years ago. Slavery had been abolished, physical slavery, for a long time. My mom never wore a shorts, not even in the house. I've never seen my mother in a shorts. She always had on a dress that covered her. And when I was growing up, you wouldn't hardly see anybody in a shorts. When did we get here? To the point now where you have to beg somebody to put on some clothes. Brothers, it's hard for us to even keep focus because everywhere you go, every female that you see have something on display. Who has put our woman on display? Who have us hating one another as black men? Put a gun in our hands. And the only aim and thought is to kill your brother. Isn't that bondage? Isn't that slavery? So can the Muslims sleep who follow the most honorable Elijah Muhammad? There is no rest for us. There is always the saying that we use, there is no rest for the wicked. Stop. There is no rest for the righteous. Because as righteous people, we can't be comfortable seeing all of this happening and be in ease and be at ease and at rest and be happy. No, family. So we have to attempt the uphill road to free the slave, to feed in a day of hunger, an orphan nearly related. And this is physical and it is spiritual. Or the poor man lying in the dust. And this is physical and spiritual as well. Because a lot of us, our brothers and sisters, are poor, lying in the physical dust. But on a greater level, we are poor, deprived of what we should be having as a people. Poor in spirit. And being poor in spirit, we need the spirit. And how will we get it? Unless somebody offers it to us. Not to us. How will our people get it unless we bring it to them? So in this month of Ramadan, let us think about the work that we have in front of us, dear brothers and sisters. Will we sit down comfortably and allow Shaitan to just have his way? Because we were called by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad to be saviors and soldiers in the cause of Allah and fishermen for the spiritually and the mentally dead. That is our task. That is the uphill road. And we have to struggle hard against every impediment that comes in our path that wants to say to us, just relax. Just take it easy. Just leave it alone. Even when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said to the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan, through you I will get all of my people. Our languages, God is going to destroy them. We are not thinking about saving anybody. Have we been saved? Did we accept the word? Then if we accepted the word, how can we give up on our brothers and sisters who have yet to hear the word? We have work to do, family. May Allah bless us with a successful day, a fast. And we're anywhere around any odd nights in the month of Ramadan, the Muslims say is Layat al-Qadr, the night of power. So we look forward to our acknowledgement of the night of power during these last 10 days. Let us close our session with prayer. Prayer position. Qul a'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin. Assalamu alaikum, family,
Alaikum
Walaikum
salam,
salam,
sir.
sir.
and Ramadan Mubarak.
Dan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.